Welcome everybody to the second edition of Henny Goes Outside. For those that stopped by and watched the first video, I do appreciate you. Because I know however many people it is, I only know probably 10 or so of those were probably my friends and all that. So anybody that has stopped by, I do appreciate it. For those that have subscribed, I also appreciate that as well. Today I'm in my wife's neck of the woods in Virginia in the George Washington National Forest. I did a little bit of research to see if I could find something. My wife gave me permission to go out here while we're down here for Thanksgiving. Currently it's Black Friday, so while people are out shopping, I'm going out for the night for camping. I didn't realize though the spot that I did pick, it is really not that far off the road. So if you can see, and if I can zoom in a little bit, the road is right there. So I don't know how many people are going to be driving around at this time of year. I did see some hunters. Also a few people camping down a little bit further. Looks like somebody had a really good spot down there. That's kind of off just a little bit further, and they were able to drive in. One thing I do have down here is there is like a little creek. Trying to walk down there and do this at the same time without hopefully without killing myself. So yeah, here's a little creek that's down here that we're gonna camp next to tonight. I don't know if this thing goes all the way around or not, but if it does, I'm gonna take it over to the spot where I plan on setting up the tent, which looks like it is. Looks like it does walk around. It does walk around. I'm gonna set up somewhere, I think in this general area. Find a spot that's not too rough. It also looked like there was maybe a spot down there that somebody had set up previously. But I do want to kind of stick close to the fire pit and all that, which happens to be right here. So we're going to try to stick close to this and all that. Unfortunately, somebody left a tarp out here. We'll pick that up on the way out of here. Also, somebody's t-shirt is here as well. But I do think we will grab that tarp, take it out of here. Other than that, though, there's really not a whole lot of trash here. So somebody's been doing an all right job. But I'll come back here in a few moments once I get everything set up to put up the tent. I did get a new tent, so we'll be taking a look at that. I have set it up in the backyard, but I actually have not used it yet. So yeah, I'll bring you back here in a few moments so we can set up the tent. All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm gonna set up here in this general area right here. Like I said, I did get a new tent, but first things first, I got my little ground tarp here that I use. Just a regular blue tarp. Just using it as like an extra layer of protection for my tent. Like I said, I did get a new one. It is a 4-season tent. But one of the things I did notice with it is it seemed like it did have a thinner bottom on it than most other things. Okay. So just kind of throw that. It's the One Tigris. This one says Cosmito. I don't think it's actually the Cosmito. Like on the website, it was something different. But basically, it's supposedly a 2-person tent. Yeah, supposedly a 2-person tent. I'm a little bit bigger than some people, so I feel like it works just fine for me. When I come back over, oh yeah, that's right. Some of these guys, if I need them for the little tarp. Like I said, I did set this up in the backyard when I first got it, just to make sure everything was here. It was actually a real simple setup. I put it up, got in it for a few minutes, and then actually put it back down within 30 minutes. So hopefully, while we're on camera here real quick, hopefully I can get everything set up real quick. And hopefully the ground is not like it was in my previous spot where there's some type of rock under it, some type of shale or something under it. Alright. So I can wrap this bad boy. Poles. And there's the rain fly. Okay. I think I hear a car coming down the road. That or it's just the wind. Alright. One thing I did notice about this when I was putting it together at home is basically all this stuff just automatically snaps together for the most part. I mean, boom, just like that. Now this needs to go in. Whew. It's going to be a cold one tonight. I don't think it's going to... The forecast didn't call for snow. Didn't call for snow, but it is going to be fairly cold tonight. So I brought extra layers compared to what you're seeing here right now anyways, from what I'm wearing. But if I need to have like long johns, I even have a pair of like fleece lined pants. Not exactly a snow pant, but like a windproof water pant. There's something else that I brought with me today. But I guess we're just going to figure out about getting this tent set up first, huh? It's making me look like a fool. when I said how easy it was at home. Oh, geez. Ah, geez. Making me look like an idiot. Okay, so we got that in. Let's do this one just to add some tension to it. Probably what I should have done from the beginning. There we go. There we go. I am interested to see how well this tent holds up. I know it's not a super fancy a super fancy 4-season tent. It's like basically an entry level. But a lot of people were surprised about it that have used it. So I'm interested to see how she holds up in the coldness. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but I do love the sound of the clipping of the little plastic deals on top of the tent. All right, step one, done. Okay, so let's get one of the sides in. This thing actually comes with a decent set of spikes. Usually all the tents have that little piece of aluminum with a little J hook on it. So let's actually see how this thing holds up. I think in the future I'm going to buy a different hammer. Not a big fan of this one. So I might be trying to dig in on a rock over here. So let's try to turn it a bit. Okay. All right. Okay, there goes my other neighbor that was up there. He was the guy that was staying right up, or I guess hiking right up there. I feel like a lot of people are out here hunting, hiking right now. Not too many campers this time of year. Okay. First set in. I think this is supposed to somehow thread through that this middle one here, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, not quite living up to the speed that I said I did earlier, but still going up pretty fast. Thanks to the wind, makes this a little bit easier for me. And we're not going to set up any tarps or anything tonight. Not supposed to be, once again, not supposed to be terrible weather or anything of that nature. Okay. I'm gonna stick out that part. I guess before I do that, I should probably give this side a little tighten. Okay. 1, 2. 3, maybe. Oh, those are the tie down points. One of those situations where I always forget something. In this case, I forgot my boots again. I actually left those at home when I had every intention of bringing them. But, you know, things happen. Okay. Get the back part. This thing does have 2 doors on it. In the event that we did have 2 people using it. All right. And last one in the front. And there we go. It's up. Let's open the door. I think this is supposed to be like a little vent for the front if it were needed. Let me see, there was a little string right here. Let's see if we can maybe use this to kind of help get this out of the way. Alright, and then with this, we can just do that. No. Okay. Doesn't quite stretch far enough. After this, we have to basically keep that front door down. Otherwise, what I would end up doing is tripping over that little peg there all night, all day, while getting in and out of this thing. Alright, let's get the sleeping bag and the sleeping pad in there. Once again, we're using the big Agnes, their Echo Park sleeping bag. Before we actually take that out, let's get the sleeping pad in there so I can start inflating. This time around, I'm not going to add any additional air to the sleeping pad at the end of the night. When I did that last time, it was a little bit too hard. It was a little bit too hard. So we're gonna go for a softer sleep tonight. But once again, the Hike and Sure sleeping pad. So far, the 3 times I've used this, it's been really good, especially for like a budget sleeping pad. Something I got off of Amazon for, it was less than $40. Less than $40. I definitely highly recommend it. Yeah, I mean, there's no, I'll give you a look in here later, especially with me inside of it, but there's no way 2 people are fitting in this thing. At least not if you're the size of me. Might be able to get my son in here if it's my size people, you know, like me plus my son. Yeah. Let's see. Inflate as the crosses. Also, I feel like I got here a little bit earlier today, so I'm not trying to fight the daylight, although it is that time of the year where it does get dark earlier. So unfortunately at about 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock, it's going to be be dark, and then I'm also in a valley. I'm in a valley right now as well, so that's going to also play a part in everything as well. Let's put this stuff in the truck so I don't lose it / forget it. Okay. Okay. I got this. This is a new piece of gear. This is actually something my wife got me for my birthday a few weeks ago. It's actually the pillow. It's like a matching pillow to go with the sleeping pad. This actually probably costs about the same price as that thing. Did not check to see if it had an insulation factor into those, so hopefully it does. It doesn't say anything about it in the box, but if it doesn't, could be a long night. Rotate. Okay, so it's just like it is just like the pillow. Throw this in the truck so we can take it out of here, recycle it. Who knows, maybe even we'll burn it later on. Oh, okay, I see, you just rotate it inside the thing. Throw that in there, let that start inflating. Like I said, no tarps today or anything like that. I also got another piece of equipment that I don't think I'm going to use, because after seeing how big the tent is, I don't think it'll work. I got myself one of those little Mr. Buddy heaters. Like I said, today's Black Friday, so when I came across this at the store today when picking up dinner, couldn't turn it down because of how much it was costing. So it's still in the box, but I don't think we'll be using it tonight. All right, everybody, welcome back. I am now inside the tent, and actually just being inside of this thing is probably because I can't feel the wind. Is definitely several degrees warmer in here than it is out there. Okay, so that's where the clip is for the door. It's on the inside. For those that haven't seen this tent before, so there's the outside, back of the truck. Like I said, it's supposed to be for 2 people, but like the sleeping pad right here is literally, like 2/3 of the tent and all of that. So it's like 2/3 of the tent that it's taken up. So I don't really know how 2 people would be in there unless there's some small people. But it does have pockets, I think, in each corner. It's got the little hook for the light that's up here, as you can see, or whatever you want to put in there. Well, yeah. So, not a terrible thing. We'll see how well it holds up overnight when it gets cold. I'm going to finish setting up the bed and everything in there, and then come back, and I know I'll definitely do dinner when I come back. I might get the fire started too while we're off camera, just to kind of have that going and started and everything like that. So we'll be back here in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, I have started the fire like I said I was going to do. No secret. I think I said it in my last video. I use these little fire starters here, wax covered items, just to make my life a little bit easier. Also, there's nothing really new for this particular camp today anyways, other than, yeah, I guess I did get the tent. The tent is new. The pillow that my wife got me is new. That's what I heard fall off over one of my lights. I have little construction lights that I use for lighting everything up in the dark. So that way I can see, and you guys can see me. So yeah, nothing really new. I did order a couple of things. The heater. I guess I don't think I'm going to be using that though, just because of the size of it and everything. Anyways, I should be all right. Like I said earlier, I have like long underwear, long johns, depending I guess where you're from. A pair of fleece covered pants. I have a sweatshirt. I have this jacket, but then I also have my snowboarding parka to wear. Snowboarding parka, and then hat, gloves. The only thing I don't have is a pair of boots. I forgot my boots. But everything should be A-OK. A-O-freaking-K. This table is good for camping, but I also use it to set up the projector I have at the house whenever, like outside, so I can project things against the garage wall. We didn't do it this year, but last year we had an outdoor party. I projected, took the fire stick, hooked it up to the projector, projected that on the wall, whatever sporting event was going on. This year when we did our get together, I didn't do it this year because it rained, so I didn't stick anything out with the camping chair. So yeah, we didn't do it this year because of the rain. The forecast called for it, so I didn't even bother to set it up or anything like that. And so far, we've only been doing it for 2 years, so hopefully next year the weather will allow us to do it. Once again, same old camping chair, nothing special here. I did bring an extra blanket too. Now that I don't think the sleeping bag's gonna cover me, but I did notice that on the last one, on the last camp I did, when I took my sweatshirt, I think it was, when I took my sweatshirt and I put it down by my feet, felt keep my feet warm, extra warm. So the main reason for that, the extra blanket, is to kind of help keep my feet warm whenever I'm sleeping tonight. Not whenever we're sleeping, because obviously we're probably not going to be sleeping at the same time. But let's see here. This is actually probably the first time we went camping that I've been set up at a decent time. Well, actually, no, I take that back. The first one I did, that unfortunately you guys don't get to see because of the fact I screwed up on it. That one I did a pretty good job of getting everything set up, other than the fact that I didn't set up the microphone correctly on that camera over there. So like half of my video doesn't have sound, and then the one that I did set the video up on, or the sound on, which involves the little microphone here, I deleted the first half of that on accident. So yeah, a bunch of mistakes on that first unaired video that that nobody will see other than me. Perhaps my wife, maybe my son. Okay. Alright, let me not quite ready to do dinner just yet. Gosh, I forgot my frying pan. I had to when I was to Old Wally World, bought a $10 frying pan. I'm not ready to do dinner, but I'm gonna set up the stove. Dang, everybody, I just realized that I recorded that whole other video without using, sorry for the tapping noises, without using my wireless transmitter. So I hope all the sound turns out all right with that. I have to make sure I try to turn it up. One thing I did find out about the last video that I did, the sound was pretty quiet on it once I pulled it up on my TV. Of course, I'm listening to it and editing it. Everything's turned up as loud as I want it there. So yeah, unfortunately, I do apologize if it is a little quiet. On this next one, I'll try to adjust the volume on it. So hopefully it's loud enough for you to hear it, but not too loud where, you know, everybody's yelling at you in the household because it's screaming. Listen, I'm not quite ready to do dinner just yet, but before it does get dark, we're gonna set up the stove, which, I mean, you've probably seen a million of these. It's the same one I was using last time. What I want to do at some point is I'm definitely going to save the box, you know, because like I've always been told, nothing travels better than the original box something came in. But I do want to kind of make my like a kitchen, like my kitchen setup for camping. Like I want to kind of get it all in a bin or something. Get it all in a bin, so I'm not pulling it out of a box or anything like that. Also, it'd be nice to probably get some different storage containers. I thought about the possibility of maybe getting a toolbox and using a toolbox, but I don't know how good the toolbox would be. I like the fact that you can buy toolboxes and they have like drawers and stuff in it. But since they're not specifically made for something like this, I don't know how well this would fit in a toolbox. Okay. And I guess the issue with some of these cameras is I'm not going to be fully in the frame. Probably should have turned that one around and put it this way whenever I was doing it. So things that I'm learning for next time in my transition into, I guess, cinematography. Although I don't really think it's considered cinematography, is it? It's just a dude out in the woods camping on what's probably going to be a cold November night. Alright, I did buy a few more of these because of the Mr. Buddy heater. I knew I was going to end up getting the Mr. Buddy heater in advance, so I actually bought the hoses and all that stuff so I can hook it up to like a 10 gallon propane tank, or 25 gallon, 25 pound. I think they go by pounds when it comes to propane. And why is this not connecting? There we go. So in the event, let's say I buy a bigger tent and come out in the winter, I can actually hook up the heater, have it run inside. I got a CO2 gauge, carbon monoxide, not carbon dioxide. I got a carbon monoxide detector as well. It says it's safe for the indoors, but you can't be too careful. You know, it just takes a cross-threaded hose or something like that, and the next thing you know, you're not waking up or you're getting sick from the poisoning. What did I do with the? What did I do with the lighter? I know it's not far because I literally just used it to start the fire. There it is. And let's go ahead and get the tongs out too, so we don't have to look for that. We're not doing anything for breakfast tomorrow. I do have to get out of here and get back into my wife's hometown by, I have to be there before 12:30. Well before 12:30. She's going out with her sister, her mom, a bunch of her friends from the area, and then a couple other people that I'm not very familiar with. So I have to get back kind of early, so that way, while she's out doing the movie, I can watch Kelso, and then I think we're actually going home tomorrow after they get done watching the movie, which I'm okay with, just so I can get home and hopefully beat the traffic. When I do go ahead and make dinner tonight, we're going to do some cheeseburgers. Part of me was thinking about bringing over some leftover turkey and stuff like that, but since we had a little bit of a miscalculation on the turkey yesterday, we actually didn't cook the turkey yesterday. The whole goal with our Thanksgiving this year was to do something non-traditional, like not a turkey or a ham. So we actually had some lasagna as well, but my brother-in-law, through his work, gets a turkey every year. So we didn't quite have that timed out. They cooked that today. I left before that was done, but had they cooked it yesterday, I might have brought some of that for lunch or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to move around some cameras again here real quick, and then I will bring you back. I think we might do a beer before we make dinner. I believe I also kind of want to start cooking. I want to start cooking the dinner as well before it gets dark. Just because it's easier to cook stuff whenever there's daylight. Although I do have lights. But I'll bring you back here in a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. I know I said I was going to probably have a beer before jumping over here and starting to cook, but it is getting dark. It is currently 5:10, so I probably got about 20 minutes of usable light left. If I wasn't in this valley, I'd maybe have like another 30 to 40 minutes. But yeah, let's get dinner going. As you can see, a car is coming by here. That's right, it's already on. What side are we going to cook on today? All right. I got that going. Get the pan on there to start getting it warm. Let's get this cooler over here so I can get inside of here. All right. What we're going to be doing tonight is a couple of cheeseburgers. Went to the old Wally World and bought a packet of pre-made burgers. We're gonna do those up. Bought some pretzel buns as well. So we'll have on pretzel buns. I'm gonna cook all 4. I don't know if I'm gonna eat all 4. I'm definitely gonna have at least 2. So I don't know if I'm gonna do like a double quarter pounder. If I'm gonna do 4 different burgers, I don't know. But I'm cooking all 4. I can always put 2 of them in the cooler. It's gonna be cold enough tonight. Plus there's ice in there, where it'll make it until tomorrow. I'm gonna be using some Chipotle seasoning that I got. I've never had Dano's Chipotle seasoning before. The one I have at the house, I honestly don't remember the name of it. But I was about out, so this will be the replacement. Hopefully it's good. Is there another car coming? I think another car's coming. Or maybe it's just the wind. It's just the wind. Alright. So let's throw this bad boy on there. Let's transfer this over to the other bag. And make that the garbage bag. Okay. Seasoning. Oh. Also, let me get one of these lights on. Let me get a light on here. Somewhere. Not a whole lot of wind, so maybe I can... Nope, can't move that over. Let's turn this light on, though. A little something over here. Ooh, that's a lot of Chipotle seasoning on that one. Hope there's not a lot of salt in this. Dehydrated chipotle peppers, garlic, sea salt, the 3rd ingredient, so I don't know. I don't know how bad it's going to be. Where'd my cheese go? I've got cheese and pickles. Where did they go? Oh, there's the pickles. There's the cheese. Instead of buying a whole thing of pickles, I just bought these little snack bites and the good old Swiss cheese. Some Swiss cheese burgers. I'm gonna go get some hand sanitizer after messing with those burgers. All right. Gotta find my plates that are in there. Let's turn this down a bit. Go ahead and get that first flip in. A little bit more seasoning. Probably should have used this in the first place to get these things ready. Gonna get one more in there. We're gonna give it a shot. Okay. Okay, all right. We got that going. I mean, nothing too much to see there. Just some burgers being cooked. I guess try to get you a closer view of it. If I do need to I guess put in another gas container, like I said, I do have another 4. Also, whenever I was away, I went ahead and changed. So I have my insulated pants on along with my long johns. Also put on my long john shirt. Like I said, I hope this stuff's not super salty. I guess we'll find out later. But yeah, I went ahead and put on my long johns and my insulated pants. I got my long john shirt on as well with the jacket. So far, it's not too bad out here. Now that I've got the adjustments done. But yeah, I've got the fire going. I went ahead and found a couple of logs just laying around and chopped them up a little bit. I have bought some, part of my Black Friday shopping. I bought some stuff to process wood. I bought a little handsaw. I bought a bigger axe, so if I need to split wood, because I know in the last one I went out, on, there was logs there that had I been able to split them, they probably would have been usable. So I bought a thing to split logs. I bought a new water jug, like an actual jug, a plastic jug, instead of those bags I was using. Mostly because it has like a dispenser on it. So I was like, hey, that's probably a pretty good idea. To help make it to wash hands, wash dishes, pour cups of water, things of that nature. And I bought one other thing. But I can't remember what it was. I bought 4 things. And I'm sure when I get home and it's sitting on the porch tomorrow, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what it was. Maybe if I can remember, I'll put something on the screen to remember what it is. If there was 4 things, and I'm pretty sure there was 4 things. But let's take a little peek of what's in the cooler, other than the hamburger stuff. All right, and of course the gimbals on this thing is overreacting. But in here, like I said in my previous video, I don't really do coffee too much. And if I do, I gotta have a bunch of stuff in it. So it basically makes it an energy drink. So I got a Red Bull. Bought this. I can also say I've never had this. I've had Devil's Backbone for breweries before. Having been down here a few times, I've actually been to the brewery. Went to it with one of my buddies, Jake, and then Sprite. I think that's all we got. Water's in the cab area. I should probably bust that out, but I think we will pull out a Sprite for right now. And then once I get done eating, we'll break out a beer and have some story time in front of the campfire. Let me check on these here burgers. while I got you. We're just going to keep this thing rolling here. Oh, I guess while I have this down, let me go find that plate. First, a little flippy. Let's see. Oh, these things are puffing up in an unusual way. Usually, when they puff in a cup. These are actually kind of bulging. Alright, so now we got that flipped. Seasoning. Oh yeah, seasoning on the other side of these other burgers real quick. Alright everybody, I took you all away for a moment. I was messing with some stuff in the bag. I forgot that I had got these from IKEA, like a little silicone bag. I actually bought it so when I do go camping I can store the stuff that's in it. But yeah, like the other thing that I was telling you that I bought that I forgot about was I bought a camp stove, like a camp kitchen set, so I can just put it in my bin and not have to worry about it. So yeah, that was the other thing that I was thinking about that I forgot about. But yeah, I have that coming. So in the future, I don't have to worry about lost or forgetting pans and stuff like that. I just put it in my bin. We'll call it good. I'm gonna take this light, put it in here, and see. Whenever I push this, is there blood coming out? I think there is still. I am a person that will not eat a medium rare hamburger. Every time I've ever gotten food poisoning, it came from eating an undercooked hamburger. So I don't do that. I don't do that at all. So I make sure that it is cooked all the way through, so I'm not waking up vomiting. Anybody else that doesn't, to each their own. I'm not going to judge you. When I do meat and I do steaks, they're medium rare. Yeah, but just for whatever reason, hamburger, because of the getting sick with them, that's not me. Okay. One thing I'm going to do here is get my buns ready. Once again, sorry for all the extra clicking and clacking and all of that. Oh, I gotta throw some wood on the fire before it goes out. Although coals are looking pretty good over there. Alright, let's adjust this. Get that in there. Coals are where all the heat's usually at anyways, right? Now that I'm getting some things so I can process wood, it'll make it a little bit easier when I get out here in places like this where I can chop up the wood, especially if it's long branches and stuff like that. Whenever you were a kid and you could see your breath, did you ever act like you were Superman or like Godzilla or something like that, like freezing everything? Just something I thought about when I was breathing just now and seeing my breath. Alright everybody, I think I'm gonna bring you back here after I get done cooking, because right now it is kind of hard to see what I'm doing anyways because it is dark. I have to literally bring the camera and a light to kind of put it over here. And I don't even know if you can see it anyways at that point anyways. We are getting a nice little buildup of burger grease there. But everybody, I'll bring you back. I'll bring you all back after dinner. I might show you what the final product looks like, but I'll bring you all back after dinner. I just don't like eating on camera. I know people hate hearing the chewing and smacking sound, so bring you back for a quick little, this is what it looks like, and then I'm going to eat, and then we'll chill out by the campfire for a moment, for a little bit. Alright everybody. Alright everybody, we're back. I got done cooking here. I just decided to go with the single patties. A couple of extra pickles that I didn't eat that were in there, so yeah, this is going to be dinner. Once I get done, I'll grab a beer and we'll come on back. Alright, welcome back everybody. Finished my 2 cheeseburgers. They were delicious. Got two left over. If I decide I want to snack on them on the way home, I can. Probably not. I'm probably just gonna take them back with me. And if anybody wishes to eat them at the house, they're more than welcome to do so. Went ahead and packed up the stove. Took care of the trash that I had and got that in the truck. Since I do not plan on staying here very long in the morning, when I get done with the campfire and all that stuff, then I'm going to go ahead and pack all of this stuff up. Table, chair. Probably going to pack the cameras up too. Maybe hold on to one of them. The smaller one that I have sitting over here, it was already giving me a message that it's too cold out and it can't charge the battery, so it was at 50%. So I imagine that was not too much longer for this world, at least on this trip. That one hasn't given me any messages, so I don't know if it's charging or not. The light's still on, so that's a good sign. Tomorrow when I pack out of here, I'm probably not going to put the tent in the bag or anything like that. Typically there's some kind of condensation on there, so I usually just break it down, fold it up, get it in the back of the truck, so when I get back to usually it's back home, but in this case it'll be back to my mother-in-law's house, I'll find a place for it to dry. And actually, I don't even know if I'll have time to let it dry before we leave, because I think we are going to be leaving, going back to Pennsylvania tomorrow. That'll be up to the wife though and how she feels after she gets done with her activities that she's doing tomorrow. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if after the campfire talk and all that, we are, it kind of ends there, just because there's not going to be a whole lot going on. Like, I might pull this up and show the breakdown of the tent real quick, and then stop it there. Not going to be a whole lot of outro for driving or anything like that, because I don't think I'm going to really have a whole lot of time to get the drone footage and stuff like that. Plus, I've already kind of taken some shots of the area. There's not a whole lot here. There's the stream over there, the road right behind me, fire pit. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to be too much going on to get it done with tomorrow. I know I showed the can already, but let's get an up close of it here. I don't really know how well it's showing up, to be honest with you. Here, let's turn this light on. Never had this particular one, but I have had the Devil's Backbone stuff in the area, so can't exactly remember where the brewery's at. I know it's not too far from where my wife lives. Maybe an hour from there. But we'll give it a shot and see how it tastes. And like I said, I've been to the brewery. I don't think I've had this. If I have, I don't remember. So I'm pretty sure this is a brand new experience for me. not bad. The one I had on the last one, the Southern Tier one, had like an orange flavor to it. This just tastes like your typical juicy IPA. It's got the little bitter notes to it, and then I don't know. I don't know if there's another fruit flavor in there or not, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. I could drink 6 of them. I'm not going to. Otherwise, I'm definitely not getting home in time tomorrow. But I could. Last time we were out here, last time I was out here about a month ago, I was talking about the Lions. And how I don't know about the defense. The defense is still one of those things that I look at every now and then. I go, I don't know about this. And then even yesterday, the offense, after the first half versus the Bears, they failed to put any scoring in. Like right when, if anybody watched the game, right when Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled the ball there towards the end of the first half, it was that was a momentum booster to Chicago. And if I'm being honest with you, the only reason why Detroit probably didn't win that game last night, the only reason why the Bears didn't win that game yesterday afternoon is because they didn't call a timeout whenever they should have. I was left wondering why they didn't do that. And then, of course, when I was watching TV today, their coach got fired. So I don't know if that was the reason why he got fired, but I mean, it probably didn't help his case at all. So yeah, we got lucky on that one. I feel like last year the Lions versus the Bears got lucky in their first game. 'Cause I remember Justin Fields was running all over them, and then they managed to come back and get the win on that one, and then they played them again a couple weeks later, and the Bears got them. Hopefully that's not the case this year. I think we got Green Bay again for the next week for game 2 of that yearly series, and I think this time they'll be playing in Detroit. I think the first game was in Lambeau, so I believe the second game is going to be at home. I'm hopeful. If you ask me, though, I do believe the Lions do need to lose at least one more time before the playoffs to kind of get it out of their system. They've had a bunch of close games. The game against the Texans was not pretty. Somehow they won. I guess that's probably what makes a Super Bowl winner, right? Or at least successful team successful. You somehow find a way to win when there's no way to win, or it doesn't seem like you should be winning. But yeah, I'm definitely hopeful. Haven't really been watching too much else on the other sports. I know the hockey season just started, basketball season just started, so I couldn't really discuss anything about the Pistons or the Red Wings. Haven't really watched any games, seen anything about them. Living in Pennsylvania, I don't really have access to games. The reason why I get to watch the Lions is because I got a VPN, and every week, whenever they're not on TV, which in Pennsylvania is a lot of weeks, I go ahead and I turn on the VPN for Detroit, and then open up Fox Sports or CBS to make sure I'm watching the game. Definitely a lot cheaper than going through NFL Sunday Ticket. So there's a little something for you if you didn't. I mean, if you didn't know, you do now. You can go ahead and take your VPN, and then with your cable company and all that stuff, they'll make you sign it through your cable company. But so far, Comcast hasn't picked up the fact that I'm using Comcast. I don't know if Comcast is in Michigan or not. It wasn't whenever I was living there 20 some odd years ago. But I sign into Comcast, turn on the VPN, and it says I'm in Detroit, so I get to watch the games. Let's see, what else? Holidays are coming up. I probably really picked the wrong time to start doing stuff like this, in terms of with the holidays coming up and everything. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get one more video after this one squeaked out for December. But after that, I'm really not sure. Ooh, was I on the bottom of my shoe? I think I was. A little too close to the fire. Yep, these ones are going to be done after this. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, kids, don't hold your shoe too close to the fire. In all honesty, I thought it was just steaming because my feet were a little wet. Or at least that foot's a little wet. It was anyways. Yeah, when I was pulling up some wood, I didn't see a puddle down there, and I stepped in it. It's actually why I was putting my foot so close to the fire. I was trying to get my shoe to dry. It's dry all right. Anyways, oh yeah, back to with the holiday season coming up, I'm gonna try to make one more video before Christmas and all that. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be all up to what's going on over the next several weeks. Would definitely want to get one more in, and then maybe after I probably wouldn't come back until after Christmas. With all the stuff going on with life and having a kid, maybe this, because my wife was pregnant this time last year, but definitely 2 years ago, if I wanted to go out and do stuff like this, I could have probably gone out more frequently. I mean, even in that case, I could have, like, my wife would have came with me. But yeah, we'll see what happens with everything. Hopefully everything, works out, and I can get one more in, and then take a little hiatus while we're all enjoying Christmas time and all that. But also, I did name it Henny Outdoors, or Henny Goes Outside. I'm sorry, Henny Goes Outside. I was actually toying with the idea of Henny Outdoors, but Henny Goes Outside. So, I'm going to try to sneak in some like hiking trails and stuff like that in the not the Pennsylvania area, but in general, but like probably Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh does have some public areas to go hiking and stuff like that. So might not be a camping video or anything like that, but be a nice little hiking trail video, like for anybody that might be living close by. But I'm pretty sure everybody that lives close by knows, for the most part, knows about the area, like Mount Washington and stuff like that, and all the parks. But it'll be a way to get something out there without having to spend a day away while everybody's camping. Maybe go downtown Pittsburgh area, because they usually have like a festive Christmas area going on, like a Christmas thing going on every year. They got they get like the little Home Depot / Lowe's sheds, and people put up little shops in it down in Market Square. They have like a little ice skating rink. There's just lights, so yeah, Henny Goes Outside. So we'll take advantage of that, and maybe get some video coverage of the things in the Pittsburgh area, and all that. Getting stuck on that. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, there we go. But yeah, I think, but I do think I'm gonna put a little variety in there for everybody. Fire feels nice and toasty. It's definitely at least 34 degrees out there. It's only 6:30 at this point in time. That's what happens when it gets dark early. Daylight savings makes it even worse. Oh, it feels so good. Other than that smoke in my face. All right, everybody, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a little pause right now. I'm going to sit here and finish my beer. And then once all this firewood probably gets burned up, I'm going to go head inside the tent. It's a good possibility that this might also be the end of the video for this go around. Like I said, maybe I'll show some pack down stuff, break down stuff of the tent in the morning. It probably just depends on how fast I'm actually trying to get out of here, if the batteries haven't died on the cameras, and so on and so forth. But if this is the end of the video, I hope you all have a good night, day, week, December. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. I definitely did. First one with my son. So right now we're going through everything of first. My first birthday. My wife had her first birthday with them. First Christmas is coming up. So that's a big deal for everybody, right? But yeah, I hope everybody has a good one. If I don't come back, I'll catch you on the next video. Good morning, everybody. It is probably just after 7. It's almost 7:30. Trying to see if this thing will pan over to my watch real quick. So it's just after 7:30. I imagine it's probably going to be backwards on the camera as well. We're up and we're at it already. I have already taken the stuff out of the tent. And I figured I would bring you along for the teardown, at least. So bear with me for just a few moments here. Normally, when I go camping, there's usually some type of condensation on the inside of the tent or the outside of the tent. This is not the case today. I actually slept really well. It was nice and toasty inside of that sleeping bag and inside of the tent. I actually didn't really want to get out of it. That's probably why I waited until 7. Because I did wake up at like 5:30 and I was like, nope, I'm going to go back to sleep for a little bit. So I did. But we're going to tear down this tent here. Ooh. That's cold. All right, now comes the real moment of truth. Getting all this stuff wrapped up. All right, everybody, I have packed up camp, and I am gonna head on out and get back over to the area where my wife is from. Like I said, I do believe we are heading home tonight, back to Pennsylvania once she gets done with what she's doing. If you do like what you see here, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if this is your first time here, I do appreciate you stopping by and sticking it out through the whole thing. For those that have returned, thanks for coming back. Once again, I know I've said this in the other video, but if you do have any questions about anything, especially right now since it is a small channel, go ahead and post them in the comment section, and I'll get, I should be able to answer those questions for you. As long as they're appropriate. If you're asking certain questions, money, religion, sex, politics, and stuff like that, I'm going to steer clear of that. But yeah, anything else, feel free to ask, and we'll get those answered for you. Thanks for stopping by.